Good morning. It is September 13 and I am still at Sun Lake's Dry Falls State Park. That's a mouthful. Doing another trail here because it's just so special. I'm at the Deep Lake Trail now. Lots of cottonwoods around here. And there's Deep Lake. Beautiful. There's only one couple here fishing. Otherwise, I got it to myself. In hiking through the Bible, we are now on to the book of Numbers. And you may think, oh, how boring. But wait, you will be astonished at what we will glean from Numbers. Got some tall grass going on. Yes, there is a lot of census taking and head counting and names that don't mean too much to us and are hard to pronounce. However, most of these names do have meaning. This registration of God's people under Moses has its lesson for God's church today under Christ. The numbering of his children by name suggests the fact that God knows each of his children personally. The divine shepherd is acquainted with each member of his flock, and the book of life has eternal meaning for each child of God. In it, God writes each of our names, so it makes it very personal when God calls us by name. The first census was of all males 20 years or older that were able to go to war, and it was divided by tribes. This enumeration and classification was a wise step to ensure orderly arrangements for the encampment and for marching. At the age of 20, every male in Israel became responsible for paying the temple half shekel and was considered fit for the responsibilities of war. So the number of men at military age is put at 603,550. Tribal military organization was already effective because the army leaders already commanded respect as social leaders, and the close relatives would want to support and protect each other. However, the Levites were exempt from military service, so they weren't included in the numbering of tribal forces. Levi was a tribe devoted especially to the service of God in place of the firstborn. This is just such an astonishingly pretty walk. I am loving it. Somebody's peeking out at me. Chapter 2 in Numbers contains the account of the camping arrangements of the tribes in the wilderness. The Levites were officers and guards at the sanctuary, so rather than camping at a distance like the other tribes, the Levites were put close to the sanctuary as a perfect cordon. So the first two chapters of Numbers give us the size and discipline of the Israelite host. The center of attention was the tabernacle, God's dwelling place. Jehovah was in their midst, the pledge of hope, security, and progress. He was their protector, mighty to deliver. He was to them a light by night and a welcome shade by day. All these concepts centered in the tabernacle, the abiding place of God. The awe and reverence the tabernacle inspired were due to the fact of Jehovah's indwelling. The separation of the divine dwelling place from the common walk of life helped to instill a respect for authority and a sense of discipline among the people. Today, the church is like an army on the march, and Jehovah is with her. I'm kind of like right by the edge. Did I mention I'm walking right by the edge? Crazy. Okay, now we're going uphill. So, according to all trails, I have gone past the end of the Deep Lake Trail. So this must be some animal trail I'm on, or something. But I don't see the lake anymore, so I think I'll turn back. It's obviously an out and back trail, but who cares? It's just as spectacular going back. Although Numbers has not typically been a favorite Bible book of believers, a careful reading reveals valuable teaching. Numbers represents a God who is close and caring. His presence is real and visible. The God of Numbers is an organizing God. People and priests are carefully counted, some even twice. The camp was arranged in an orderly manner, and there were regulations that govern all aspects of life, as we shall see further in hikes to come. It will become obvious that cleanliness and holiness are important to God and are vital to the life and survival of His people. I hope you will continue to follow along as we hike through Numbers. I think I went about 2.5 miles, and the healing hiker rating of this Deep Lake Trail is a 4.5 out of 5. The trail just went a bit too close to the cliff for my comfort. Otherwise, of course, spectacular. And if you want to come fishing here, well, this is where you would come. Now, on to the next trail.